Happy Easter, or also known as Sunday, which means if it's Sunday, there's another Mashle chapter, at least for the time being, while the series is still going on. Right now we have Mashle chapter 104, and last time we had Mash get magically chainsawed, healed, and given the offer by this mistress to, well, a 1 in 1,000 offer, I should say, where 1 out of 1,000 he'll actually get stronger, and 999 out of 1,000 he won't. But he's given this offer to become super strong so he can basically save the world. And Mash takes that offer. In this chapter, though, Mash doesn't go into the training just yet. He gets tested. And his test is to face off against the mistress's pupil, this funny guy named Ochoa. I'm going to say just Ochoa. And this funny guy is very, very tiny. Like, he's so fucking small and cute, and he's like, bam, 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 bam. Look at me. I'm super cool. Mash's test is to get all of his 12 tails. The catch is that during this attempt, the gravity in the room will be increasing every 10 minutes. So the quicker and faster that Mash can take a tail, the better his chances are that he's going to succeed. And he has a whole week to get this accomplished. Obviously, he fails in the beginning. He's not doing so good. Ochoa just keeps running around him. Mash takes off his arm bracelet so that way he actually has his more potential sent out, but it still fails. And that's when we finally get back to the idea that Mash is holding back. Now, we've been having this spun to us that Mash actually is way stronger than he actually is, but he's subconsciously holding back. He's not really giving up his full potential in the fight. And it all leans back to the fact that one day Mash was giving his pops a massage, and he inadvertently broke his shoulders by just, seemingly from his point of view, just attempting to do a normal massage. When this happened, him unintentionally harming his pops, without really thinking about it, he subconsciously put a barrier of limiting his power so he wouldn't go so far, so he wouldn't hurt innocent people, such as his pops. But now that it's time that he needs to use that power to fight, to succeed, he removes that mental barrier, and we don't see what exactly happens, but when the mistress returns, he's succeeded. He's gotten all of the 12 tails within one day, surprising the mistress. So, this is just a glimpse of where Mash is right now. We know that Mash is going to be far superior to whatever the mistress is going to do to him or do for him to really train him into what he needs to become. But this is what he can do now. With gravity that we don't know how long it's been going on, so we don't know what extent the gravity was going up against Mash. But once he removed that mental barrier, he couldn't be stopped. He got the 12 tails. So perhaps when he goes through this training, whatever he is right now will be completely honed or far superior. At least that's the hope. There is about a month remaining still until Mash has to anticipately fight against his father and his brothers again, so he has got a lot of time. But Mash was always this strong, apparently. He was always this strong, he just didn't want to hurt people. I guess that makes sense. Anyway, this is a fun little chapter. I like the Ocho character. At the beginning of the chapter, they had this cover page saying, here's the most popular characters in Mashle by ratings. And immediately after that, we're introduced to Ocho, this very tiny guy. It's like, bam, 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 bam. He's just a funny character. And all I'm thinking is, okay, I get it, Mash is rated number 1, but this guy, with his introduction, he just disrupts that whole list. It's like, okay, here's the ranking. Now here's this funny, interesting character. Maybe you should have had that ranking like at the end of the series or towards the end, because now you have this new character that just completely, in my opinion, disrupts that whole list. It needs to be redone again, because Ocho is now going to be in the top 5, maybe even the second below Mash, or even top 1, because he's just a fucking funny guy. Anyway, guys, that's the chapter. Mash is still on the road to getting stronger. We'll have to see what his next, well, he already got his test, but we'll see what his next trials and tribulations are, and see if it's something for him to be re-honed or to improve on. We'll have to see. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching the video. I'll see ya.